Hello, future chemistry assistant professors. We know that stepping into academic interviews can be daunting, so we're here to help you shine. Today, we'll walk through some common interview questions and how best to tackle them. Let's dive right into our first question. Could you walk us through the steps you take to ensure the quality and integrity of your research publications? Interviewers ask this to gauge your commitment to producing reliable and credible research. Here are some strategies to consider when addressing this question. Conduct thorough literature reviews to identify research gaps and validate your context. Engage in regular peer discussions to gather diverse perspectives. Adopt rigorous experimental methods and transparent data reporting practices. Utilize statistical analyses to ensure result robustness. Seek feedback from co-authors and mentors before submission. Now, let's look at a sample response that incorporates these strategies.
To ensure the quality of my research, I start with comprehensive literature reviews to accurately frame my work and identify gaps. Regular discussions with peers bring in valuable insights. I follow strict experimental protocols and document everything meticulously. Before submitting, I share drafts with colleagues to ensure all aspects are robust and clear.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for chemistry assistant professor. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Can you share an experience where you had to adapt your teaching style for students with different learning abilities? This question is designed to evaluate your flexibility and effectiveness as an educator. Here's how you can approach this topic. Identify specific learning challenges your students faced. Explain your assessment process of these challenges. Describe the adjustments you made in your teaching. Highlight the outcomes of your adaptations. Reflect on your learnings from the experience. Here's an example of how you might articulate your experience.
In my introductory chemistry course, some students found abstract concepts challenging. I introduced visual aids and hands-on activities to explain molecular structures, which significantly helped visual learners. Consequently, their exam scores improved, and I learned the value of diversifying my teaching methods.
Tell us about a challenging research project you worked on and how you navigated its difficulties to achieve success. This question seeks to understand your problem-solving skills and resilience in research. Consider these points when formulating your answer. Start with a brief description of the project and its significance. Highlight the specific challenges you faced. Detail the strategies or methods you used to overcome these challenges. Emphasize the outcome and what you learned. Conclude with how this project prepared you for future research. Let's explore an example response.
I was involved in a project to develop a new catalyst for organic reactions, initially facing low reaction yields. By systematically troubleshooting and engaging in collaborative brainstorming, I improved yields significantly. This experience taught me the importance of adaptability and teamwork in research.
Imagine your task with developing a new undergraduate course on environmental chemistry. How would you go about structuring it? This question helps assess your ability to design effective coursework. When shaping your response, keep these aspects in mind. Start with defining course objectives and outcomes. Include foundational chemistry concepts relevant to the environment. Incorporate real-world applications and case studies. Plan a mix of lectures, labs, and fieldwork to engage students. End with assessments that gauge student understanding of environmental challenges. Here's an illustration of how you might structure your answer.
I designed the course to make students understand chemical processes in the environment. Key topics would include atmospheric chemistry, water quality, and pollution mitigation. I'd integrate lectures with hands-on labs and real-world case studies like oil spills for practical learning. Assessments would be project-based, encouraging students to solve contemporary environmental issues.
How would you handle a situation where a student believes they were graded unfairly and is upset? This question evaluates your conflict resolution skills and fairness as an educator. Here's how to approach this question effectively. Listen to the student's concerns without interrupting. Ask for specific examples of what they believe is unfair. Review the grading criteria and the students work together. Explain your grading process clearly and logically. Encourage open dialogue and offer to adjust if justified. Let's see how this can be addressed in a real-life scenario.
I would first listen to the student to fully understand their concerns. I'd ask them to provide specific examples and review the grading criteria against their work together. If I find a mistake, I'd adjust the grade, but if my assessment stands, I'd explain the rationale to help them learn from the experience.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free. Just grab it below.